Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. In the name of Allah, the entirely merciful, the especially merciful. My dear brothers and sisters, this is another lecture on the fiqh. We stopped in Kitab al-Salat, the book of prayer, and we stopped on the Salatul Asr, the Asr prayer, the third prayer. الشخص they say والعصر وأول وقتها زيادة على ظل مثلي وآخره في الاختيار إلى ظل مثلين وفي جواز إلى غروب الشمس. i.e. we want to say that we said when the dhuhr ends, when the shadow of something is the same amount of it, the shadow of it. So if the shadow extended more, little bit more, then this is when the Asr enters. i.e. as soon as the Dhuhr ends, the Asr will enter. The Asr will enter. وآخره في الاختيار إلى ظل مثلين. آخره, the end of the time until it's permissible for us, i.e. when the ظل شيء, when the shadow of something becomes extended twice. When it extended twice, and this is the end of the Asr prayer. وفي جواز إلى غروب الشمس, and it is allowed until sunset, until the sunset. But it is not liked to extend it to this time. It is allowed when there is an excuse for you, but it is best that to not reach it to that time. So that is the Asr time as well. When something is twice, the shadow of something is twice, then it starts. Then it ends. The shadow of it's twice, then it will end. والعشاء وأول وقتها إذا غاب الشفق الأحمر. Maghrib is the fourth prayer. ووقتها واحد وهو غروب الشمس. There is only one time for it, and that is when the sun sets. When the sun sets, we should start the salat. We should start our prayer when sun sets. i.e. when the sun sets, we should take wudu and do iqama and then pray. والعشاء, and then the Isha, the fifth prayer. وأول وقتها إذا غاب الشفق الأحمر, and the first time for the Isha is when the red twilight is dispersed. وآخر في اختيار إلى ثلث الليل, and and also the last time for it until آخر الليل إلى ثلث الليل, i.e. the third part of the night, i.e. you divided night to three parts. The third part of it, this is the time, this is the last time. وفي جواز إلى طلوع الفجر الثاني, i.e. and it extends to before Fajr. You're allowed to pray Isha until before Fajr. Same thing. It's not liked to extend it to all of that time. It is best to pray in the first time when it is the red twilight disappeared. You should pray. It's allowed until the third part of the night, and also the narration until the half of the night. Or if there is an excuse for you that you are not allowed, you cannot pray. For example, you are at work, you are at a traveler or something, you cannot stop, then it is allowed for you until before Fajr. Until before Fajr you can pray Isha. It is allowed because still is a night. والصبح, and then the Sheikh says والصبح وأول وقتها طلوع الفجر. The Fajr, the first time of it, it's when the Fajr starts. وآخر في الاختيار إلى الإسفار. Isfar is the daybreak, i.e. until the daybreak is near. Until then you can pray. وفي جواز إلى طلوع الشمس, and also it's allowed until before the sun rise, i.e. before the the sunrise. For example, the sunrise is 5:50. Before that time is allowed to pray. And so we said, we need to mention that this thing, it is important for all of us. When we say the beginning is this and the end is this time, and you allowed until that time, the Islamic rule in this, it is that you must pray in the first time the adhan gives. But for someone like in Arab countries, they cannot go to the prayer in that moment. We say you can do this. The times you are allowed until that time, i.e. those times, al-ikhtiyar and jawaz and awqat al-darura, which we will come to in the future when we go back to the book again. If we start again the book from the beginning, we explain more. There are more times, darura wal jawaz and all of the other times. Those times are allowed for someone that has excuse. If you do not have excuse, then you should and you must pray on the time that adhan is given. And another thing that we want to mention, why Shaykh started with the dhuhr and finished it with the subh, with the fajr, with the first prayer, because dhuhr was the first prayer in Islam. The first salat that the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam did with the Jibreel alayhi salam was the dhuhr. Dhuhr was the first salat in Islam. That's why Shaykh started with the dhuhr. And then Shaykh says, وَشَرَائِطُ الْوُجُوبِ الصَّلَاةِ, the conditions that the salat is duty on you. I.e. under these conditions, the salats are duty on you. But you can't pray if you don't have these conditions. But if you have these conditions, the salat is duty on you. What are they? وَشَرَائِطُ الْوُجُوبِ الصَّلَاةِ ثَلَاثَةُ أَشْيَاء, i.e. there are three things. In Islam, when you're Muslim, this is first tick. وَالْبُلُوغ, when you immature. وَالْعَقْلِ, and when your minds are, you don't have any mental illnesses. If you do not have any mental illnesses and you're immature, you're growing person, like we said, and Islam, and also you're Muslim, if you have these three conditions in you, then the salats are duty on you. If you do not pray, then it will be counted on you, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will judge you on those. For example, a child, he's a Muslim, but he's not bulugh, he's not growing, then it's not duty on him. But he can pray, but it's not duty on him. If he didn't do like one whole day, 5 salat, if he didn't pray, it's okay. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will not count on him, because the salat is not duty on him. The duty on him when it is bulugh, when he grown. Wal aqlu, for example, a guy, he's 20 years old. He's a Muslim and he's 20 years old, but he has illnesses, mental illnesses. Because of the mental illnesses, then the salat is not wajib on him. If he does not pray 5 days or 5 times in a day, then he will not be counted on him, because he has Islamic excuse, he has mental illnesses. So that's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will not count on him. But it will be counted on him when he is cured or when he is not ill. So if you have those conditions in you, then the salat will be duty on you. There is no way, there is no reason, any other reasons for you that you should not pray. If you are on the bed, you should be praying, which we will come to it later on. How an ill person that can pray. An ill person, we do not talk about mental illnesses. Mental illnesses is different. He's out of this circle. We will come to it later on those people. And Shaykh said, وَصَلَوَاتُ الْمَسْنُونَةُ خَمْسُ. We said the salat, the prayer that are duty on the Muslim is 5 salat. But there are salawat sunnah. Okay, are sunnah. Al-Eidan, the two Eid, the two celebration are sunnah. We should be doing it. Wal-Kusuf wal-Khusuf. The Kusuf wal-Khusuf is to do with the sunset, sun eclipse and the moon eclipse. Al-Istisqa. Al-Istisqa is the salat that you ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for raining. The raining prayer. Those are the sunnah salat. I.e. those are the salats are sunnah for us to do. They are not duty that if we do not do it, it will be counted on us. We will be asked in the judgment day. Those are just the sunnah salat, are the salats that's extra for us that we should do. Eidan is the two Eid, the two celebration, i.e. after Ramadan, that's one, and after Hajj, that's the other one. That we should go and pray in the mosque with the Muslims and we should attend with them. And also we said the Kusuf al-Khusuf, that the Muslims they go outside and pray when the sun and the moon are eclipsed, and the sun and the moons that come in front of each other and they all go behind and watch, as we know. And istisqa, and I asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for raining when the times that there is no rain. In Arab countries, this salat, I don't know if they do it because it's always raining. But in Arab countries, or i.e. the Middle East, we say sometime in a year, 2-3 times they do it. Asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for raining, to rain. And how is done, the Salatul Eid and Kusuf al-Khusuf and Istisqa, how is done, we will come to it in the future lectures, inshallah ta'ala, and we will speak about all of those. This is the end of the 2 days lectures, inshallah ta'ala. We will come back with another lecture, inshallah. هذا والله أعلم وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.